Hi, I'm Bill with Journey Beyond. Today we're going to install a set of shocks, both front and rear, on our JK. They are from MaXpeeding Rods, and we're going to give them a shot. They're a good budget price point. We're going to see if the quality comes with it to make it worthwhile. Some nice sticker, very well packaged. These would be the rear shocks. These are for a 2.5-inch lift that we have on our Wrangler now. So these are the front shocks. We've got our wheel off, and now we're going to take the top nut off the top. It's about a 19mm. It has a lot of fine threads. Can't fit a socket in there, so it takes a minute to just get in there with a wrench and turn her back out. Now, it's a lot easier on my particular Jeep because I've removed my inner fenders years ago. Now that the top nut is loose, we'll loosen the bottom side. With the top nut off, bottom bolt out, we'll slide her down out. Just like that. Now we'll get our other shock in there and repeat back in the other direction. And again, you've got fine threads, so it takes a minute to get them spun down, or you can't get in with the socket. That's the install on this side. On the passenger side will be the same, so I won't bore you with that. I'll go do the other side, and I'll meet you when we do the back. Alright, and the rear shocks are similar to the fronts. I'm going to start with just dropping the bottom bolt. And then there's 2 bolts that hold the top rather than 1 nut. Good Lord, that thing is loud.
What? Did you say something? It's kind of loud. I'm afraid there's another one on this side, isn't there?
Yeah. There's no reason for that to be that loud. It's insane.
Yeah, the answer is no. I'm not going to be able to do that.
Alright, got the top 2 bolts started, and then I'm going to compress the shock and set it up onto the perch. Put the bolt in.
What do you need?
Trying to make sure I got the sticker where I want it.
The important things in life. Which way is the sticker pointing?
Darn it. There it goes. Alright, now all the bolts just have to be tightened down.
Okay.
And that is the complete installation. Front and rear shocks all on. So these are lift shocks. It said 0 to 3 inch in the rear, 0 to 2.5 in the front. But they do look shorter when extended, so I'm concerned about that. I hope it's not going to limit my articulation. I do see a little bigger body, so more oil. I do see a larger diameter shaft. You can see from here to here, a lot larger. So they do look like a little better build. We're going to put them on and we're going to test them and try them. And I just want to make sure I'm not losing articulation because my shocks won't extend far enough. We're going to find out.
So what are we doing today, Bill?
Testing out the MaXpeeding shocks.
All right, how are we going to do that?
Take a test drive pavement and then take a short trail that articulates and see what they look like. So far, I actually like what I feel.
You do like what you feel so far?
Yeah, before the ones that were on here were more harsh just on this gravel. I can tell the difference already. So they seem softer on just a simple drive. And I haven't aired down on any of this either, so that's going to be a good test with shocks for sure. They feel nice on the pavement. They feel nice on the joints on the bridge. Yeah, the other shocks are more harsh, so it's more of a bang when you hit things like that. These just kind of snuffle. So I think these have a softer tune, which I like. So you can see how this one's linking up super nice. The other side is completely up against the rubber, which means they can't go any farther anyways.
Okay. So even though they're shorter, they are the right size for the 2.5 inch length.
As I suspicion, those were a generic 0 to 6 inch. These are specific 0 to 2.5, which is what we have.
Okay. All right, so now we've gone ahead and we've taken off the old shocks and we have installed the MaXpeeding Rod shocks. And Bill, what do you think?
I do like them. The shocks that were on there were a very inexpensive pair. I mean, there's a difference between inexpensive and something that's budget friendly that has a good price point that delivers something of use. Where those other shocks we had on here, I really didn't care for them. They were harsh on pavement and not particularly soft off-road. These seem to be supple on pavement for bridge seams and small imperfections, and it actually has a decent ride for Jeep on pavement. And they still have a lot of articulation, and they seem very compliant off-road as well. So this is a budget-friendly price point that delivers a bang for the buck.
Okay.
So if you're looking for something that's budget-friendly that can actually deliver something worthwhile, I do recommend these shocks for that. Are there better shocks out there? Yes, of course. You can spend thousands of dollars and have awesome shocks, but personally, we stick more towards the budget, and you'll tell by our videos we still get there.
If you're interested in seeing some of the places that this JKU has taken us in the past, or if you want to see how these shocks are going to perform in real-life adventures, I hope you'll come back and check out the video library on Journey Beyond Overland. Thanks so much for joining us. And if you like this video, I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe. And until we see you again, don't forget to go out and find your own adventure.